Hey everybody, welcome back to Infinity Evolve Skyblock. Yeah, it's Exonerated here. Time for another update. I have been grinding along with the Skyblock, and I'm running into kind of a little hang up here, and so as you can see, I've been munching on some brains. Let's talk about what's going on. First and foremost, all of our production is gone. I tore it all out. It's actually in this chest right here. Ta-da! And what we're going to do is we're going to set up a new system. A system that allows us to run everything basically through the AE system so that we don't have to worry about running a bunch of extra stuff in and out of chest, all those wires, all of these cables right here, these guys, I can't remember what they're called, but all of those. We're trying to get rid of all of those. As you can see, I have worked my way up to a second ultimate solar panel. So far, we're doing pretty good. Even at night, we managed to hold pretty close to what we need with all of this going. And it's kicking the daytime, so it's going to keep going up. Not a problem at all. So let's talk about, okay, first off, we've expanded our fluid assortment. We've got UU matter. This, of course, is mob essence. This is liquid pyrotheum. This is glowstone, ender pearls, redstone, water, a little bit of permanent warp, lava, and then this right here is witch water. Since I moved the witch water, I wanted a tank for it so we can use it for stuff. We will probably ditch all of this in favor of barrels when we can get into creative fluids, but for now I'm going to go with this. So basically anywhere I need these sources, I pull one of these up and I go place it. I have them each color coded. Let's get our particle off. Minimum. There we go. So I've gone through and color-coded each of them. First it was just red and white, and then I had to introduce black because I just ran out of room. What I've done after I tore all that out is I redid the processing for the ME system. I had it set up with a normal system where you'd have, like, let's see, it's easier to show you. No, it's not. Let's just show you. Oh, good. We got one right there. So normally, like back in the day, what we would do is we would just interface 5 of these guys around one molecular assembler, and then power it, and then of course hit all of them with a cable so that they could be read, and you could put patterns in all 5 of those interfaces. Well, what we're doing differently, and I can't take credit for it, I saw it somewhere else, is we're building them in blocks. So I've got blocks of interfaces with molecular assemblers, and in case you're wondering, yes, the inside middle is another molecular assembler. So this way, like this guy right here, this guy's got up to 5 different molecular assemblers to process in. Now this guy, of course, he has less, he only has 3, but still, the point being the likelihood of you crafting in each of the adjacent molecular assemblers and unable to craft things, like it just speeds it up way bunches. That's bad English, and I don't care. So the only thing I have to do now is fill all of these slots with some speed upgrades, which is next. That's the next thing. In fact, let's see how many acceleration cards I have. Not a whole lot, and I don't have a recipe for it apparently. Let's get a recipe for an acceleration card. Let's do that. We'll rate that guy, and we'll just pick one of these guys and toss her in. No, one of these guys. Alright, you're in there. Alright, and let's go ahead and craft those up while I'm thinking about it. Let's do 300. We don't have enough pure flux. Alright, let's do 200. Okay. What does it say? I only have 50. Okay. Alright, well. Let's do 50 then. I should be able to make pure flux over here for some reason. Oh, you know what? I have to do it differently. Let's do the sand. Or not the sands, the seeds. And we're going to queue up 1,000. And we're going to do that. And that is going to make 1,000 of these guys. Whoops, let's take off our bobble so we don't drag them out. Now they're dropping down in there. It's just bugging. They're not actually going anywhere. They're in there. They're getting dropped down by the formation plane. And those little electric guys are going to charge them right up, and we'll have some in no time. Anyway, went through and set up some auto crafting for circuits. Each of the 4 circuits you use is right here. Next, I have to set up a place to auto stockpile those. Over here, this is our gear press, and I set up recipes for all the gears that you would normally use. And I've got those right there. And if I need more, I could always put another interface on the side of this hopper. But it drops 4 bars off, presses them, shoots them back into the AE system nice and neat. Let's see. This is the creation place for all of our liquids. We've got 4 so far. The water one is down here, and the witch water one will also be down here. And yeah, that's about what I got going on right now. I've been manually feeding this guy because I had put in a bunch of iron blocks. And so basically I'm manually feeding this guy while blocks of coal from this while it's working. And I could automate it, but you know what? I'm about ready to turn that off. I got 37, almost 40,000 steel ingots at this point, so I think we're good for a while. Okay, so we went through and crafted up our dire crafting table. And our dire crafting table, the first thing I really want is to get away from jetpacks, and I want an angel ring. So it took some time to craft up. I've got all the resonant flux, the advanced electric, the ultimate lap pack, all the stuff I can craft in the unit. Of course, we got nether stars, no problem, and iridium plates, glass, glider wings, solar, and diamond spikes. All that we can do. Where we mess up is this thermostatic harness. I can do that, but I can't do that. Thermostatic, did I not spell it right? Oh, thermostatic. There we go. This guy requires void chest plates, which require void metal, which require void metal. Void metal's kind of a pain. Now, I did just learn it. Let's get over there and check that out. I did just go through here. Not there. Where you be? Where you be? Okay. Do I have it here? I do. Okay. So the thermostatic harness. Ooh, I learned something else. Let's check it out. Void robes. That's kind of nice. Anyway, this void metal right here, we need void seeds, which requires some stuff inside of a crucible. This is not going to be fun to play with. But I do have those shards over there from the essences from the wisp, so I'll be able to mess around with that soon. But the other thing, I really want to learn that real quick. Let's do that real quick. Boom. Now we can make the robes, which is awesome. High stability. I can't actually use it at the moment, but maybe knowing it will help me out. So anyway, the next part that I need is I need to, oh yeah, there's no blood magic altar right here anymore. It's over yonder. I went through and reworked the blood altar so that it had room for tier 6. And I swapped out and made some large blackstone bricks here. And I think it looks pretty sharp. I moved the ritual binding over to the side. I don't actually need it right now, but just in case, I had the stones for it already made. Why not? And then I moved our witch area room down below. So of course we can go through and drop down, turn on the cell to spawn stuff, and turn on the ritual itself. They're both off right now with levers. The other thing I did is I went through and I crafted up enough blood to fill up 8 resonant tanks. The speed on these runes, I added runes of dislocation to speed up the transfer rate on these. It can keep up with the altar with the current usage right now that a blood orb would have. So I should be able to transfer it in to get the next level blood orb. But anyway, I relocated one of the assembly tables over here, and I gave it plenty of lasers. It's actually kind of cool when it fires up. I have these redstone energy flux duct cables auto crafting now. So I set up this array here. This array is going to be for the complicated stuff. So not the plain circuits or like plain wiring. Actually, this will probably be for everything but the circuits. You can't really select. I mean, you can kind of select some stuff you want, but you can't really select like, okay, I want specifically this or specifically that. It's just going to kind of transfer it in and out. And I'm using Ender Chest to transfer items back and forth from the AE system. So what I'm going to do is this bigger one is going to be for like machine frames and everything else like that. And then I'll make maybe a smaller one on the side, and that guy will pump out chips that I need. So if it needs chips, it'll go to one set of lasers, and if it needs the bigger items that require chips, it'll come to like this set of lasers. And yeah, I don't expect to need this much longer, but still, it's nice to have. What else? That's a lot. I have been trying to go crazy, and that's the other thing with the Thaumanomicon. I went through and researched a ton of material, and I tried to research everything that would give me warp. And the reason for that is I need warp to be able to spawn in a portal in a box. So let's check that out here. We'll go to Eldritch tab. Nope. Is it Atomic Tinkering? Nope. Where are you? Are you over here? Apocryphia? Nope. Not Energistics. Thalmic Esoterica? No. Okay, so let's just do it this way. We will go Portal in a Box. So Portal in a Box, this is what you need to be able to spawn in creatures. You need these Eldritch Eyes, okay? So Eldritch Eyes only come from you need to be able to go like into the Thaumcraft second world, I believe. I forget what it's called, but basically what has to happen is I have to have enough warp to not only go crazy, but to actually summon along some creatures. So what happens is randomly, as a side effect of Thaumcraft, these cloaked figures come at you in the darkness and try to kill you. So what you do is you grab one of them up with a soul vial, and then you make a spawner out of it, and you just kill them on end, and you'll get materials that you need. And that's what we're looking for to make this portal in a box. I need these Eldritchides, and I believe that's the only way I can get them. The void metal I can craft. This mirrored glass, it says Quicksilver in a crafting table. That's wrong. That's wrong. That doesn't work. So I got to go look that up. But nonetheless, that's what I have been doing. I've been pretty stuck on this Thaumcraft thing. I need the Ender Pearls to make the Eldritch Eyes. And I need the next level Blood Orb also. And that next level Blood Orb, which is the Master's Blood Orb, requires Eldritch Eyes. Yay! So it's like a, what's the phrase? Catch-22? Yeah, that's it. That's what I need. I need Eldritch Eyes. And I'm pretty sure, let's check it out. Yeah, Eldritch Eyes are a rare drop from Eldritch Guardians. And since you don't have the monolith in this world, you have to kill them. And so if we look, I was AFK, and look what killed me. Exonerated was killed by an Eldritch Guardian. So that's what happened. Like I had earned enough warp temporarily and realistically to just sit there, and I was AFK, and I don't know why I didn't log off. I didn't get... I got regular warp, but I didn't get enough to actually summon the guy. So basically, this is what I've been doing. I went through, I pulled all the brains I could find, and I think I got a little bit more. So I pulled, let me dump all that off. I pulled all the brains I could get, and I've basically been sitting here and hopping back and forth, or hopping in one place even, and just eating brains whenever I can to try to generate warp. And so that's where I'm stuck. And I am stuck. Not a whole lot I can do with that until then. I did decide to post up my 7 trophies so far. That's where I'm at. I do have the solar cell. I do have the wand, the blood, the wrench, the crescent, the AE wrench, and the bucket. But I really want to work on some of this other stuff. And to do that, I need to ramp up production. So that's why I tore this out. So it's kind of dual purpose. Like this whole rebuild has kind of sparked my change into what I really have to do. You know, I've got a lot of stuff automated. I got a lot of stuff crafting on its own. I went through and sped up all of these Industrial Craft 2 machines. I got 8 overclockers in them, so they hold up pretty well. And then these guys are... Oh, they're done. Okay, what did I need? I needed accelerator cards. Can I do 200 now? No, I don't have the card recipe. That's crazy. Let's do that. So I was relocating my recipes, and I lost, I think, like 10 or 12 of them to the void. And so nonetheless, let's do this. Can I do 200 now? Success. Yes. All right. So at least we'll get that running. I demolished all of the crafting, all this extra space over here. Oh, I stabilized my Thaumcraft research table. Or not my research, my inscription. Went through and put 3 rows of heads below. And then I have these heads on top. And then the remainder of what heads I have are right here. And if that doesn't stabilize this guy, nothing will. Which, from what I've read, actually these 3 tiers below here should be enough. But this is kind of nice to have all this as well. So, yeah. I feel like I'm battling. I've done so much. It's hard to properly kind of break down. Okay, this is everything I've done with this. This is everything I've done with that. I've just gone through and been, oh yeah, I made a portal to the nether. Or not the nether, the end. I am not taking that yet. I probably should do that. I know I'm going to need like the dragon heart. I know it spawns in the void too, which kind of scares me. I know I'm going to need the dragon heart. In fact, I know I'm going to need tons of dragon kills. If the direwolf playthrough is any indication. And that also will unleash some of the draconic evolution stuff that I'm hung up on also. Because that's another thing. Like, I would love to do a stabilized spawner. But a stabilized spawner, mob spawner, requires energized draconium block. And I don't know what I'm doing. Draconium? Without the caps? Without the bad spelling? This guy right here, charged draconium blocks. It requires these. I don't know what that is. I gotta figure this stuff out. Some of this stuff I just don't know. I am up to almost 7,000 ingots, which is kind of nice. I do have it producing. Well, I did have it producing. Oh, I turned it off for a little while. I have it over here producing draconium. Well, it's producing endstone and then turning it into draconium. I have it doing that for a while, and that's nice. So, yeah. At any rate, that is everything for now. I did just want to show you guys what I had going on And, you know, hopefully between this time and next, I can go through and get crazy and catch those guardians, those sneaky guys, and set them up in my spawner and grind the daylights out of them. And actually, what I'll probably do is use this Draconic Evolution grinder I got behind me in the Wither Killer. I'll probably use it instead, because I think it does drop user drops, and that book we need is a rare drop. Ooh, what's going on? My perception suddenly expands. And I got night vision. Yay, night vision. Warp effects, yay. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Don't forget, if you did, leave, like, share, subscribe. The iCraft UHC is up and running. We got our first couple episodes. I derped my way through it. Won't tell you what happened, but it happened. And, yeah. So, Season 3 of iCraft kicks along in... from the release of this video, probably about 2 weeks or so, and we've got everything squared away for that. We've been working as a team on the spawn hub for the server, and I think that's coming along. I think they finally settled in on a server spawn that looks different. It's definitely not a direction I would have gone in, but having seen it now, it looks great. It looks fantastic. I think it's gonna be fun. So. Yeah. At any rate, I'm going to let you go. I'll catch y'all later. Bye-bye.